let's talk about 2021. Last year was my first year doing a vision board. I really enjoyed it.
I was just trying to go back. If you're watching the video version, you're going to see me just zone out. I'm like trying to go back and think, like, did we make resolutions last year? And
yeah, we did vision boards. None of my visions have come true yet. What is up, friends? Welcome back to the final episode of Overshare, the podcast, the 2020 version. And just saying that makes me very happy. I'm Jocelyn, and I'm joined by Lil, and you better be freaking excited too.
I am. People have just really hit it home how lovely 2020 has been when they go and comment on my last Q&A of 2019 on my YouTube channel, where I say, I really just am hoping that 2020 is the year of normalcy.
Is that what you said?
Literally.
That's
and so
crazy.
many people have been like, oh, this didn't age well. And I'm like, do we have to point it out? Can we just pretend it didn't happen?
But
I get it. I jinxed us.
Here's the thing. When 2021 comes shooting in like a star, things are not going to magically change overnight. I get that.
No, what if it just gets worse?
But it feels like a clean slate, like an opportunity where we can all come together and, have a new president and a new moment and a new vibe. I'm ready for it. I feel good about it.
I hope so. And it's not just like 2020 part 2.
It's not going to be. Okay, that's what we're manifesting in this episode.
2020 continued.
All right, well, let's jump in. Are you ready, Lil? So, over it.
What she said.
What are you over this week?
I'm over something that I don't think I've talked about yet. That
ever? Is this a secret?
It's not a secret. No, I tweeted about it.
Oh, okay.
But I haven't talked about it on too many social media platforms because I didn't want my mom to hear.
Great.
Because for some reason she would get mad, even though it has nothing to do with her. That I was pulling into my parking garage and going down, I'm on the lower level.
Yeah.
So I have to go down that skinny ass ramp. Well, I took the corner too tight and just.
You got a love tap, a little love tap.
It's more than a love tap.
It's more like a makeout session.
It looks like someone else hit me, but the wall jumped out.
Is it possible? Should we make a video as we're shooting this? It's still Vlogmas. We can fix your car. We could watch a YouTube video.
I literally have that written down for an idea for a Vlogmas episode. People have said you could melt hot glue gun sticks and pull it out.
Oh, that's cool.
It looked really, really bad. And then I went down and I panicked. And I was literally just fuck. And then I went and got a magic eraser and went back down and wiped off all, because it was a white. I don't even know, because I can't even see on the wall where I hit it, because it's also not necessarily just a wall. It's like a railing too. It really.
But your car is silver now, right?
Yeah. Yes. So there was white all over it. So I assumed that at first it was just all paint had been.
Dang! But if you hit that, imagine what people in larger SUVs or trucks would deal with, because you have a smaller sedan, right?
I don't know how I possibly took the corner this badly.
You were just living your best life, listening to tunes, probably.
But not even going into the parking garage.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I've been in a lot of accidents, so I have no right to speak about anything.
Just I want to be and the car is new. It's not that new anymore. I got it a while ago, but there was white all over it. So I took the magic eraser and cleaned that off, and then it wasn't quite as bad.
Okay,
but it's still. I showed Lisa, and she was like, it's still pretty bad.
But here's the thing, between Lisa and you and Chris could definitely probably fix your car. Definitely, probably.
So basically, there's two major dents that I think if those got pulled out, the rest, it's not great. There's a couple scratches, but it's not horrible. It wouldn't be that noticeable. It's these two dents that are bad. So if I could get that, so I read the hot glue thing, and then someone else, plungers, supposedly.
Oh, genius.
Which I would have already tried, but I don't have one.
I have one at my house. It's never been used. So
Perfect.
it's not, I don't know why I have a
dirty
plunger.
my car.
Actually, my Teresa, our amazing housekeeper that you and I both share, who has not been to my house in like 6 months.
I was like, I mean, I don't know if I would call her my housekeeper anymore.
I love her.
I need to use her.
She uses the plunger to clean my shower. I don't know how or why, but whatever she does is magical. So
something to your drain.
Maybe. I think, yeah. And I even have a drain cover to catch all the hair and a tub shroom. They're called. But anyways, that's neither here nor there.
One of my showers, I need to like call a plumber because the drain thing is stuck. So I can't like take it out to clean it.
I have a guy for you. I got a guy. I got a good guy. He grew up in Downey with my brother. He's one of his best friends.
I'm surprised you have a guy and it's not just your dad.
No, Phil does not do plumbing. Phil doesn't do plumbing and he doesn't do electric. I'm
going to need Phil to come and do some
hole patching. Spackling. Yes. As we know from your last move, my dad is very good at filling in holes. And at my last house too, I had a huge hole in the wall. Huge. And he just filled it right in like no one would know.
Yeah, I'm dreading eventually move. I mean, I'm not dreading moving. I'm very excited to eventually move, but I'm dreading taking down my wood panels.
Oh crap! I forgot about that. When those went
up, it was a disaster, and they didn't all go up great. And it's like command strips, but they're strong.
Well, you know what? That's okay. I have a guy for that. I got a lot of guys for all that.
Shut
so
up.
Don't worry. And that is Phil when I say that.
Anyway,
actually.
Have you said what you're over?
No, I haven't. And I have a few things I'd be willing to talk about.
Oh, you'd be willing to share with us?
That I feel open to sharing that are not too personal. This is something I've talked about before, and sometimes I have mixed opinions on it, but it's controversial at best. Honestly, freaking fruit needs to stay out of salads. It needs to stay out of anything savory. If you give me an apple slice in some sort of Brussels sprout dish, stop ruining it. Keep the fruit separate from the vegetables. If it has a pit, unless you're an avocado, I don't want you near any of my vegetables, all right? If you are a beautiful salad, calling yourself a Waldorf salad, you have these great cheeses and maybe a nut of some sort, and then you go and put a strawberry in it, get out of town. Get out of town. You're ruining my life. I like my flavors separated and I don't want fruit in my mix. I'm over it. Do you care?
I don't eat
Lily's like, I don't eat fruits or vegetables actively.
No, so we've talked about this. I actually love fruit, but it's like when you live alone, it's like to buy it goes bad stuff. Like I have strawberries in my refrigerator right now, and I think I've had like 2, and
put them in the freezer. Put them in the freezer. But
then I'm gonna forget about them.
But at least they're not rotten.
And they're just there taking up space. My freezer's not that big. I need space for ice cream.
You should become a smoothie queen next year because I know you like a good smoothie.
Smoothies. Yeah. Well, they're the perfect Thai food because it's a beverage and it's food at the same time.
You know what? We need to get you a magic bullet for Christmas. Christmas, as we're recording this, has not happened. And I think that you should put that on your Santa list this year.
I feel like I went through a phase of that, like maybe when I lived at home still. It was like, no, it was definitely in college. It was like a time I was like trying to be healthy and I would buy a bunch of frozen fruit and I don't know.
Tell me about this healthy era of your life.
And by healthy, I mean, it was like probably just like trying to lose weight before going to Vegas or something.
The other thing I was going to talk about besides the whole like mixing fruits and vegetables, which I love both, I just have trouble mixing them, is this new thing I've realized about laundry. I hate it in general. I hate laundry. And I'm grateful that I have a laundry situation in my home now. But I'm tired of folding it. I'm just tired of folding laundry. I think it should end. I think everything should just be like in a ball or hung up or something. I think it's just a waste of time. It's like wrapping Christmas gifts so that you could just unwrap them.
This is also something I agree with, but not to a point of like finding a solution. I instead just throw all my clean clothes on the floor of my room and then they sit there until I either wear them or I decide that I try and wear them and then it's too wrinkly.
Yeah. I mean, we can't do that here because also I don't like clutter. Like I'm not like totally OCD.
It's in a room that I can like
shut off.
Leave.
I don't have a space in my house that I can like shut off and leave.
I don't know how you
surrounding me. So, which brought up something else. My mind is all over the place. I just had another thought pop into my mind because I was just watching the most magical video of all time on YouTube, Desi Perkins, her fertility journey. which has been widely watched on YouTube. Gorgeous family. She just had her baby and she did a vlog of the birth. And it was like the final episode of her fertility series, which is really great. You guys should go watch it if you haven't. And they were talking about like what their game plan was when the doctor was going to come in to like actually deliver the baby. And she was like, okay, mom, you sit right there. And then Steven, that's her husband, you're back over here behind the sheet, I think is what she said. And it just reminded me of like, how I think a lot of people are like, oh, when I give birth, I want my partner, if they're having like a vaginal birth, I want my partner to be like back here so they can't see like my vagina really open and get scarred for life. And I'm like, LOL. After watching 2 humans shoot out of my sister's vagina, here's what I'm here to tell you that other people will not. There it is so open. There is so much happening. You are not escaping it. You will see it from any vantage point. It is just the whole room is full of this openness. All right.
How did we get here?
I don't know. I think opening gifts, opening presents, wrapping gifts. I don't know. I just felt the need to share that. Also, I have had maybe 47 coffees today. So that's where we're at.
Christ. Okay. Melissa, want to roll the fan over it? What did you guys say today? What did you have to vent about?
Hi. My name is Jenny. I am calling to share what I'm over right now. I'm currently over people telling you what your experience is or what your limitations are. I have a friend who is in her mid to early 20s who has rheumatoid arthritis. And she's constantly told that she's too young to have this disease, or she couldn't possibly have it because they know people that have it and they don't have the same experience. And I've experienced this in my life many times, just in general, plus being plus size. In general, I find people are surprised by my speed, strength, flexibility, stamina, what have you. So I just thought I'd share that. And hopefully you guys, well, not hopefully, but you guys probably have an experience similar to this, especially with other people pressing their limitations or what they think your limitations are on you. Thank you so much. Love the show.
Yes, Jenny. Bye. Yes, Jenny. Say it louder for the people in the back. Lil, I know that this speaks to your soul personally.
Absolutely. I don't think people understand until they can experience it or it happens to someone close to them what it's like to experience an invisible ailment of any kind. It's so hard to explain. And I actually just saw a Taylor Swift TikTok last night that came in my feed that it was from her new thing. Is it
her new movie, the folklore movie on Disney Plus? Yeah, Disney Plus.
That feels weird to me.
It's a new foray for her. She was a Netflix gal. Now she's with Disney.
Right? Yeah, I need to watch it. Anyway, it was a clip from that, and it was her basically saying that she's been thinking a lot about people that struggle with addiction or anything that addiction and then also like chronic illness or something that they have to deal with every single day, and how there isn't someone to like pat you on the back every day to be like, you're doing good. You're still like trying, even if it didn't feel like it. And I think that that's the biggest thing that people don't realize, and that the limitations with my back, it's so unpredictable that it might seem like I'm prioritizing certain things of what I'm doing. But in reality, it's literally like, there's a day that it doesn't hurt. I'm not going to just not do anything, which for me ends up usually like overdoing it. And then I can't do anything later. But regardless, it's frustrating for anyone else when your body is already limiting itself, for then someone else to try and put any kind of parameters on what you should or shouldn't be able to do. It's like, fuck off. I have enough to deal with.
Yeah. And I think it even lends itself to a bigger conversation, like what Jenny was saying about herself and her friend who has rheumatoid arthritis, is that like, unless you're a doctor, unless you have been solicited for an opinion, do not give anything that is not positive. Why? Unless someone is literally hurting themselves, just say, like, just empathize with them. I think it's so annoying. Another thing that I've been seeing that Cami from Moo posted that I really spoke to me was that she lost her grandfather to Cami is one of the founders of this amazing clothing line called Show Me Your Moo. I follow her on Instagram. She lost her grandfather to COVID in March. So right when all this started. And she said, just a quick tip for people who find out someone has lost a loved one to COVID. Do not have your first question be, oh, did they have a pre-existing condition? Like, as if then it's okay. My parents, I don't even think I've told you this. One of my parents' friends died last week from COVID and very healthy, no pre-existing conditions. But when I tell you every time that my parents bring it up, it's the first question someone asks. This guy's like 60 years old and just like literally dropped dead. I think it's so crazy. Like, just have some empathy. Just say, I'm sorry.
Also, and then not to, I agree, but in defense of their ignorance, we'll say that I don't like people don't, I think people are so in the dark of what it's like and they aren't necessarily familiar with it happening to someone close to them. So like there are still people that genuinely don't know if it's real because they're like,
totally.
I don't know. I just see it on the news, the fake media, blah, blah.
Right, exactly.
I don't know people that say that, but like,
but they do.
But there are people that say that. So not that would be my first question, but I would admit that I would be thinking it. Absolutely.
I think that's normal.
I think that people are just like so quick to say it because they are genuinely wanting to know so badly because they're still trying to navigate it in their own mind.
100%. But I do think like Jennifer makes good points. It's like people need to stop feeling the freedom to give unsolicited feedback on things that they are not experts in. Point.
You got another great
blank,
one.
Period.
Skin.
Stop. Oh yeah.
Skin. I know Megan has talked a lot about this. I have like over a year ago when I first started getting really bad hormonal acne, that when people comment, they're like, wash your face more.
Oh,
drink
no
more
shit,
water.
dude.
Do
Seriously.
that. I'm like, okay, if someone is posting that they have like a severe acne, do you think they haven't tried the like
basic,
bare minimum basics of skincare? Like, no, come on. And a lot of the time when people are venting about it, like it's expressing that there's a problem and that they're looking for the answer themselves. They're not looking for just like a normal person to be like, this worked for me. Well, cool. Everyone's skin is different. And clearly this is a bigger issue that someone like a professional needs to diagnose. So yeah, I guess if you want to share what worked for you, but like, why are you sharing it to someone else that didn't ask for it?
Exactly. And I think
when it escalates to like a much bigger level, like something like rheumatoid arthritis, like
absolutely.
People just put their nose in things that they want to be helpful. And I think it comes from a good place, but I don't think they realize that it just adds to all the
stress of it all. And I think what Jenny said too is a topic that you and I have talked about, and I know I've talked about with a lot of people, and that is this whole concept that like thin people are in good shape and that people who are considered by society to not be up to the standards of whatever is deemed healthy looking are not healthy. That's a crock. Okay, that is the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. I know some people, some of the most unhealthy people I know, you would never know from like looking at them or whatever.
I was raising my hand, but then again, people tell me I look unhealthy all the time.
Great.
That alone is such a sliding scale of what is deemed that like looks healthy weight-wise. Because during my quote unquote like weight loss journey, which like
you never coined anything.
Yeah. Like and also like I still have people commenting. I'm like, I haven't dressed like I've looked the same for like, yes, especially I guess during quarantine, maybe I've lost a little more weight, but not purposely and not like it's when people invest themselves so much in other people's bodies.
Just stop. It
says more about you.
Absolutely. And then I think about like, I think we talked about this on the show, but like someone like Chadwick Boseman, who got so much flack before he passed away on his social media about losing weight and not looking like the part that he was playing. You have no idea what people are actually going through in their real lives. And I think just in general, the main takeaway is like, just be empathetic, be kind to people. Instead of offering a negative opinion, just like, How are you is a nice place to start.
I started to say that during my weight loss journey that I didn't coin that. It started that I think there was probably genuinely, I think there's maybe a week or two of like, you look great. Otherwise it went from I was the chubby one to you look great for 2 weeks. And then after 2 weeks, suddenly it was, you look sick. You have an eating disorder. You're disgusting. Something's wrong with you. And I'm just like, yeah, what are you talking about? What do you mean?
But it does say more about the people commenting. And I know that that's like a Pinterest quote that your mom will tell you growing up or whatever, but it's actually true.
Well, especially on the internet.
Because especially on the internet. And I'm just not here for it. That one lady that left me a comment that said I looked like a sick skeleton. I was like, I will call your boss right now. I found out where you worked. You had people
that literally commented on a video because you mentioned calories, which you weren't even pointing to. Like it was just because that's how it was advertised.
It was crazy.
That's how you're.
I had to take that video down. It got so much flack.
Meanwhile, you were apparently telling people that they should starve themselves.
Yeah, definitely not a fan of that. But Jenny, thanks for calling in and sharing, and love what you had to share. Also, would love to encourage the rest of you to call in to the show in 2021. Please do.
And Jenny, send your friend our best, and we hope she feels better.
Totally. So our phone number here for this voicemail is 562-661-8729. Call us, guys. We want you on the show in 2021. Leave a voicemail 3 minutes or less outlining what exactly you are over, because this is a safe space where friends vent and share and just we're heard. You are heard here. Okay. All right, Lil, are we ready to jump into the nuts and bolts of the show? We've all survived.
My info for my Vlogmas day one is like, oh my God, I'm doing Vlogmas. I mean, weirder things have happened in 2020.
I like that.
It is strange, but
and if you guys are bored and haven't watched Lily's Vlogmas, she's going to vlog at least 12 days. So
I swear that wasn't a shameless plug. That was unintentional.
What else are we here for?
I mean, now it is a shameless plug. So, I mean, yes, go watch Vlogmas.
Okay, so Lil, 2020 has been a year. It's been a lot of things that we were not anticipating or expecting.
Mm-hmm.
We did manage to get a podcast off the ground, due largely and only in part to Melissa, our producer. Shout out to her.
Round of applause for her.
Round of applause and snaps for Melissa. But let's talk about 2021. Last year was my first year doing a vision board. I really enjoyed it.
I was just trying to go back. If you're watching the video version, you're going to see me just zone out. I'm like trying to go back and think, like, did we make resolutions last year?
Yeah, we did vision boards. None of my visions have come true yet. We still have a little time left.
I think I had a really rough back. I don't even remember filming that. I feel like that whole month was a blur.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
I should rewatch that. What was on yours?
A few of them was like I was going to meet Kris Jenner. I was going to meet Oprah. There was like a lot. I was going to get a new house.
There were lofty goals.
There was a lot of lofty goals. But I like to make, wild goals. And 2021 seems like a year for a fresh start. So before we jump into 2021, though, what is one thing, big or small, that you are glad happened in 2020? And it could be anything, okay? Anything. It's taking you a while to think of something. Have you found the Dunkaroos cookies yet?
Look, I guess my back has improved.
It has, actually. That is true.
I'm glad I went on that trip to Oregon that just happened.
Yes. Yeah. Traveling. What is that? My gosh.
Exactly.
Crazy.
So I'm like, that hasn't happened at all. Or actually, your wedding was in 2019?
2019. That was really fun. I did like our
that
wedding.
Happened.
Same. I will say one of the things I have thought a lot about in 2020 that I'm grateful for is that we had our wedding. We have no life milestones happening right now. I feel really, truly most bad for like kids who are like missing all their
Did you just say what you feel most grateful for is your wedding? No, that's
from
bullshit.
The previous year. Oh, yeah. My most grateful thing from this year, honestly, by the time this comes out, hopefully this is public, but like Chris and I have really like upped our game a lot with the house flipping stuff. And I think we wouldn't have been able to do that. I would not have had the time in 2020 had we not been shut down to be as involved with that. This year we did 5 projects. 5 houses we flipped.
I thought you were like about to reveal that you were pregnant or something.
Oh. No, I won't do that live on the podcast.
Interesting choice for an exclusive, but
no, this will not be the exclusive. But yeah, I'm excited that we are like really doing the house flipping thing, like big time. 5 projects this year in 2020. Only 2 of them are public. There's 3 that we have not talked about yet, but hopefully by the time this podcast is out, one more will be able to like reveal to the world. So I'm having a lot of fun with that. It's like really satisfying before and afters. You've seen some of the pictures and videos.
See, I don't know if I would have as much fun actually doing it, but like the thought of doing it and like having someone else do what I would want, love that.
No, that's true. And that's like where we're getting like now as we're progressing with this business. It's like we're less like the ones doing the spackling and the grouting and more hiring people because honestly, just time. We just don't have time. So anywho, that's been super fun and really like satisfying in general. And I'm glad that we got to learn more about that in 2020. But here we are, 2021. What are 3 things you're manifesting? I like to put things out into the universe because who knows? Honestly, maybe the person who's going to make this dream come true is listening.
You always say that. And
it's
I'm like,
true.
Who do you think listens?
Oh my gosh.
What are they?
Agents, lawyers,
not that I don't love all of you
inventors.
guys, but I don't feel like I don't know who in the world would be able to just suddenly grant these anyway. But number 1, I would like to manifest moving specifically into a house that has a yard.
Where? Let's manifest it. Where?
I would prefer to stay in the General Valley area, but also even my mom brought up, she goes, could you go like a little further?
Yeah. Why not?
And actually we've talked about that, like, cause the price range I'm looking at, it's like, if I pay what I'm paying now, I can get somewhere. But if I paid like 500 to 1,000 more or something, it would be like significantly nicer. So potentially we've talked to George, we've all discussed that like maybe if there was somewhere I found that I could have a studio space that then we use for shared.
Mm-hmm.
So in that sense, I wouldn't want it to be too far because other people are going to come to it ever. But if it was just like even off like somewhere like closer to like Tarzana, like off like Reseda or something.
Absolutely.
I don't know. It's so much cheaper. It's ridiculous. It's like you can get like a 4-bedroom house for what I'm paying for an apartment.
It really is unbelievable. Like the real estate costs all over Los Angeles County. Like even Chris is helping some of our friends buy a house as their agent right now. And they were looking in LA and now they're like, we want to look in Downey, which is where I grew up. And these homes that, I mean, they're still very expensive, but I think they're looking at houses for like 800,000 that are like, which I know depending on where you live in the country is like wild, but for $800,000 in Los Angeles, like where we live,
down, do you?
Some people put down 5%. Some people put down 0%. It just really depends on where you want your mortgage to lie and like what you want it to be like. But I will say for people who are like, oh my gosh, $800,000 is a lot of money. Yes, you're right. That's an insanely wild amount of money. But also buying a house is more attainable than I think most people think. Really and truly. I mean that. So anyways, so you're getting a new house to live in with a studio.
I'll be renting, unfortunately. But yes, hopefully either a 3-bedroom that one of the rooms is
like a
just
studio,
like filming room, and that or a 2-bedroom that has like a garage that could be
converted,
used as one.
Amazing.
And then a backyard for Max to frolic about.
Yes.
I would love to, get a boyfriend.
Ooh!
That would be nice. But like, that's a little difficult during the pandemic as well.
I would love to be, have the opportunity to set you up in like some sort of like PR stunt relationship that could
she has been saying this for years. She's like, we need to get you in a public relationship.
Yes.
As if Jocelyn has ever been involved in any kind of like PR scandal.
I would like to get into one.
But also like, no.
Why not? You should date like David Dobrik or something. And then you guys could vlog together and you guys could make his videos from 4 minutes and 20 seconds to 8 minutes and 40 because you could split the edits. It would be great.
No. So I just, So finding a boyfriend would be nice that is not a YouTuber. I actually wouldn't mind if it would be so convenient to find someone that's a YouTuber that has a very similar.
What about
like,
Mr.
not someone
Beast? I like Mr. Beast. He does good things. Is he married?
Well, I was about to. I don't have any idea, but I was going to say that isn't famous, like someone that's like very irrelevant, such as myself. That like they're home and free to do whatever. Like basically, we could like. I don't know. I need some daily travel blogger or something, so I can just like go on trips.
Again, like I've been saying for years, you need a professional athlete, preferably like the quarterback.
That's also, if it was someone else that needed to travel for work and that they like wanted to just like have me come along.
It's got to be the quarterback because, you know, he's got the brains in the situation. Okay. And he's off season when you meet. So you have 6 months to get to know him, but he's busy working out all the time.
But football, then don't you have to move where they play. And
he has a private jet, Lil. He has a private jet. You and Max hop on. You go. You could make documentary films about his rise to stardom, and you guys could fall in love.
See, no, what would be great is I need to date a musician.
Oh, even
which
better.
Literally I just said that out loud and it sounds terrible.
No, it's a great idea.
And then I just like, and their tour document.
Zed. I've been wanting you to date Zed forever. Zed needs to be your guy.
A DJ is perfect.
Yes.
A DJ is actually that is 100% perfect.
Zed also knows you because he tweeted you once. He did.
Yep. We are very close since that. I think he liked my tweet.
What about Calvin Harris? Is that guy still single? He looks good in underwear.
I'll take it.
Great. Glad we have two options for you.
Glad we definitely will have so many people listening that will be able to help me achieve these goals.
Most likely one of their agents, managers, lawyers is listening to this stellar show. They're going to connect us.
I've said in the past because I've gone on dates with a few singer-songwriters.
Oh, yes, you have.
That I'm always very nervous with that. Because I'm not good at lying, and you can't date someone that you can't date like any kind of artist. I don't think that you don't like their art. So if it's like a singer that's a bad voice or a musician that's just like, no, they have to be good. You know, and not even like you have to be famous. No, you just you can not be successful. You just have to be good.
100%. Could not agree more. I was actually reminiscing about my handbell career the other day. I could probably connect you with some people in like that sort of world, maybe like an organist or something like that.
Anyway, my third thing that I'm manifesting is actually I haven't. I don't know which the third thing be. Just that my back gets better.
Yes.
Fully. I feel like it's been improving over time, and I've visually seen like a physical change recently, but to the point that I don't have any days where I am doing nothing.
100%. I do think as someone who has been on this journey as an outsider, obviously, but has seen your progress, I think you are making good steps. Big time. So 2021 is your year for...
And thank you for your endless support.
Duh. Obviously. Hello.
And leniency with my flakiness.
Duh, dude. I'm so excited for your house, your boyfriend, and your back.
I'm just going to live my dreams in 2021. Well, I even said to my mom, though, like when my back is fully aligned, it literally feels like I'm on drugs. Like,
ooh,
it's
good.
It's just, I feel like I'm floating. It's just the best thing in the entire world. I was like, and you know, when you're sick and you're just like, oh, I would do anything to feel better. And I would appreciate being healthy so much more. If my back would just fucking stay in place and just be normal, oh my God, I'll sign up for a marathon.
Oh my gosh. I'm quoting you on that. That'll be so fun.
I'm going to regret saying that. I hope I regret saying that. I hope we get to a point that I can regret saying that.
I hope, let's start like a 5K. A 5K would be good.
There we go. We'll start off small. A turkey trot, maybe.
LOL. I did that once. It was so boring. Loved it.
I actually feel like I think I would actually be capable of doing.
You would. You're in good shape.
Stuff. Well, because I used to not be able to because of my feet and my bunion issues, but that's all better now too. So
wow, big strides. It's all happening.
What about you, Joss? What are you manifesting?
Okay,
You can have a baby.
I would love to have a child in 2021. Find one, have one, whatever. It would be great.
Find one.
Grow our family. We would like to I
thought you were just saying grow one. I was like, well, that's where I was thinking. But
yes, that's on the to-do list for sure. Would also love a house or like a bigger space. We definitely want to buy a house.
Not a one-bedroom apartment.
No, I mean, this place is so cozy. And I think cozy is the best way to describe a place where like all of your stuff is closing in on you and it just very fuzzy, but also
but you're a fully grown adult who has acquired I don't know how you have all of the stuff it's because it's at your parents' house. That's her secret.
No, my dad threatened last year to throw all my stuff away. So I had to go over there and get stuff. He does not know. Gosh, I hope he's not listening to this. That like a couple months ago when we went over to their house, he didn't know, but I snuck a bunch of other stuff back in.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, there's no way you're hoarding it all in your apartment. I know you haven't thrown it all away.
The main reason we are able to live this life is because Chris came into this relationship with nothing. Literally
just like the ultimate guy. He's
nothing.
Like, I have this shirt.
When we started dating, but like more serious, Chris's brother moved to LA at that same time. So Chris gave his brother all his furniture, everything. His brother had everything. So coming into like living here, he did not have anything.
Didn't they live together?
Yeah, and then Chris, I was like, what happened to your stuff when your brother moved
in with you?
And then I don't know where his stuff is. So I'd like to get a new house, hopefully a fixer-upper, 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms with a lot of outdoor space. That's my goal. Definitely in LA somewhere. Hopefully like
somewhere that you can have like little barbecues for us.
Oh my gosh. Yes. I love entertaining. I love hosting people. And it's been really weird not being able to really do that during COVID.
Can you come to the Valley too?
Yeah. Oh, live in the Valley? Well, that's the thing is we've kind of decided like we want to stay closer to the ocean if possible. I mean, who doesn't want to? But it does limit us. It does limit us. If we moved to the Valley, we could afford something a lot bigger. But
it's just the housing options are a lot, and there's more just houses with yards.
Yeah.
But like Santa Monica, I feel like there's occasional, like my friends actually had a really cute place that had a very decent sized yard.
That's nice.
I think they, had good jobs, so they probably paid a lot. But the parking for if you ever have people over is a disaster.
Exactly. So we're more thinking not like beach cities, but just more west, realistically with what we could afford. And because like for Chris, for example, why do you move to LA from Arizona to not live near? Because he likes surfing
Don't
too.
act like being in the Valley is like living in Arizona.
It's not, but he wants to be close to like be surfing more.
I get it.
So
he's active.
Yeah, he's very active. So there's that. So those two. And then the other thing I would really love to have happen is I would like to either get into like final steps or like officially get like some sort of show for the house flipping thing.
Oh yeah.
I would like to do that. So hopefully that happens. And there's a few other like fun business things on the horizon in regards to that. And that's pretty much it. I think those are like my 3 main things. And I'm trying not to have like too wild of expectations for 2021. But I'm not
going to be like, I want to travel to 5 different countries and do it. Like, no, I don't know if that's even happening.
So where are you traveling?
Well, I had a deal with Discover Puerto Rico, which is like a very indefinite in the future, whenever circumstances permit, to go visit again. Similar
I had
to
the same thing.
Yeah. So I'm super excited for that. And I've been talking to Alyssa, my friend that lives in Wisconsin, she had a trip to Puerto Rico already planned, but they had to cancel it.
Oh, fun.
So her and her husband are going to plan another one after she has the baby that she's about to pop out right now.
Yes.
So she actually just sent me, I've never seen them in Puerto Rico, but you know those like igloo tent things that you can like do like stargazing? She sent me they have those. I've been thinking like, because I might coincide coordinate the trips to go at the same time. To go to like more of since we did like the old town, like old San Juan and stuff in the city, to do like the rainforest and stuff.
You should. I've heard that it's beautiful. I think actually they took another PR trip, the same group that took us to Puerto Rico, to that area before we went there.
And that's the nice thing about this. Like the last time it was nice because they planned everything for us and it was just like, here's your itinerary. Come do all this amazing stuff. But this time they were like, we'll give you like a stipend to plan the trip and then you can do whatever you want. So
I love that too, honestly.
I know. And I asked, even it'll obviously depend on when everything's safe to open and travel again. But I was asking, like, are there any like holiday or like cultural things like to like times of years to like shoot for, like
that
any
would be
like festivals
fun.
or anything? And she did send a few back, so I feel like I'll look into those. But
I love that. I love.
Otherwise,
that.
I don't have any. I wanted to go to Joshua Tree since my birthday that I canceled last March.
We still have to do that for your 31st birthday. We should get a redo.
Have you heard of, they're called getaway houses?
Yes, absolutely. I'm on their email list. I'm on their email list and they look so cool.
Guys, if you haven't heard of them, this is not sponsored, but
sponsor us and let us go to your house, please.
They actually, I think I have an email back and forth with them that they'll do they're also I think they're only like $200 to.
Yep, they are.
For a night, for a weekend.
Yes, for a night. Yeah.
For a night. But guys, if you're interested, like it's kind of, I would say it's like borders on like a glamping kind of experience, that they have these little houses that are like set up in, I think they probably have like 10 different locations across the country.
Yeah.
That it's like you pick your major city that's closest and then it's within 2 hours. Yeah. It's like a 2-hour getaway. And it's like, they're kind of like these like square, like it's basically
shipping
a bed
containers.
and like,
they look like shipping containers that are converted into little houses,
but like with a huge window. And then it's just like, I thought about going alone, but then I think that I'm like going to get taken.
Yeah, don't go alone. You'd have to be on FaceTime with me the entire time, and that's just too many minutes, honestly.
I guess, should we share well?
We should share well. We definitely should. And also, I just want to say that we are excited to continue doing this podcast in 2021 and, just continue moving and shaking with the times. And you guys, thank you for being here. We appreciate
the world might be ending, but we're still going.
Don't worry. The world is falling apart, but at least you have us.
So long, share well. I hate us so much more now.
Okay,
shall we share well now? Something positive.
Let's share well now.
On that
Let's do it. Okay, Lil, what brought you joy this week?
We're filming this in advance, but what really, I have to admit, brought me the most joy this week was the finale of The Undoing.
Oh, damn. I asked you yesterday if I'm allowed to watch it. You said yes. I have not yet. I'm a little nervous.
You said that. I was like, I just had a flashback in my brain. Like, did I already talk about this on the podcast? But it was that we were all on Zoom yesterday talking about it for something else. So got it. Yeah, guys, highly recommend. I told Jocelyn that she was allowed to watch it. I compare it to the vibes of like Big Little Lies.
Love.
It's only five episodes? 4. No, I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't watched it.
I just assume Melissa knows everything. But it was a limited run series and it's done and it was just great. Twitter went crazy.
I know. That's why I've been like so curious about it, because everybody I know has been posting about it and just fully freaking out. I don't even know what the premise of it is, but if Nicole Kidman's in it, sign me up.
I'm not even going to explain it.
Who's the co-star? Who's the guy in it? Why am I
Hugh
blanking?
Grant.
I've heard of him. Yeah.
Oh, you've heard of Hugh Grant?
Yeah.
A little known actor.
Yeah, I've heard of him. But you know what? He doesn't
the
really
little
act.
kid in it, though, is amazing.
He doesn't act that much anymore because you know what Hugh Grant said? He just wants to spend time with his family.
Oh.
What? I love it. It's great.
Well, he plays a
really wholesome guy.
A very interesting character here. And the kid is so good. And apparently he's British, which Lisa claims that she's like, that's why he's good. All the British kids are good.
They really are, because they like those accents. I don't even care what you say. You could be like, I have to poop.
But he's not talking in a British accent.
Oh, wow. Well, then I don't know
you
what
don't
to
know
say
he's
about
British.
That. He's that good of an actor? That's impressive.
He was great.
Interesting.
But highly recommend it. It's on HBO.
Okay. Thank you so much. I'll have to jump into that at some point.
What brought you joy this week?
Oh my
Not a show about murder?
No, because as you know, I only rewatch Friends, Gilmore Girls, and holiday movies that are
I'm
so
proud of you, though.
cheesy.
You've branched out and watched a lot more content this quarantine.
I've watched a lot of like documentaries, the Blackpink documentary, obsessed with them. I'm a Blink for sure. Michelle Obama's documentary, finally got around to watching it. Cause like you guys have to understand, I don't have free time normally. So the concept that I would have time to watch like full episodes of all this stuff doesn't make sense. I watched all of David Letterman's show. Amazing. Great interviewer.
I love the Liz Ho one.
Yes. Amazing. Really, really good. But that's not what brought me joy this week because I watched it a few weeks ago. What brought me joy this week was that I finally went to this grocery store that my whole family has been raving about forever because it literally cost like $5 and I was very skeptical. But I made this small trek to like a shopping center, like a little bit of ways from where I live, to go to a store called Aldi, ALDI. Literally, I bought 32 items and my bill was $45. It's a grocery store and everything is like, okay, for example, avocados, 49 cents. Avocados usually cost like $2
What would you compare it to?
Well, you know I'm not snobby. I'm like a down for a deal.
Is like a Whole Foods?
But if you are going to like a Whole Foods or something, Whole Foods is like probably 10 times more expensive than Aldi for sure. And there are some things that I'm a little sketchy about, like with meat, for example. I'll only buy that from certain places. But hey, cilantro, I'll buy that anywhere. I don't care.
Smart and Final?
Yes, it's like a Smart and Final, but cheaper.
Yeah.
Cheaper. Yes. So I think I'm going to do
like a dollar store and a Smart and Final had a baby.
I don't know if it's like as dollar store. It's like a step above dollar store. It's like
Smart and Final, I feel like it's like normal.
But Smart and Final, I feel like only has large quantities of items.
No, they're like actually like a full-on grocery store now.
Oh, I got to go check that out then. I have one down the street from my house.
There's one next to my sister's apartment. That's the only reason I've been there.
So I've been considering, riddle me this. Tell me if you think this is a good idea. I should go to Aldi and buy like one list of stuff, take the same list and go to Erewhon, which is a store that's only in Los Angeles. That is so expensive. It will blow your mind. I want to do like a comparison video because I have a feeling it's going to be like wild.
I think that some people would find that interesting, but
are you one of them?
I would not subscribe.
Oh my gosh. Because I'm genuinely curious about
I'm sure someone's done that. Google it and see if it's done well.
I should. It probably has.
Or if you just think it's interesting, you should do it anyway.
You know what? Thank you, Lily. I appreciate
your dreams.
That. But I do
I'll watch it because I'm supporting you.
Thank you. I do love Aldi. And I was blown away by the prices. If any of the owners of Aldi are watching or listening to this, please send me a gift card so I can come back. That's all. That brought me joy this week. That's my life now. Grocery stores bring me life. You know what used to bring me life? Going to other countries and like hanging out with Tom Hanks. But now this is where we are.
Yep. Well.
Oh, what a great
2021.
way.
I hope you bring us a little more joy. And everyone, it's been a tough 10 months. How many months is
10 years?
End of March.
Okay. It's been a year. It has been a year of it, but I'm feeling hopeful and optimistic for 2021. Jen, I really mean that.
Just stay strong. Hopefully I'll make it out of this alive.
We're all in this together. High School Musical.
That'd be something funny. I haven't rewatched that recently. Maybe that should be a Vlogmas activity.
That's a great idea, actually.
How my brain's thinking. I'm like, what am I going to do to show people that I don't just sit and get high on my couch?
Obviously watch a children's movie made 10 years ago.
Which I would just show people that, but I think I'll get demonetized and then
what's the point?
Not have a couch to get high on. So,
Exactly. And with that, what a great place to wrap up. Thank you to you guys for supporting us. Thank you for being here. Thank you for calling in. Thank you to our producer, Melissa, for making the show a real living, breathing thing. Thank you to you, Lily, for being my PIC all these years. And
thank you to you, Joss. Peace the out. Thank you guys for sharing your time with us.